Morning from a rather chilly Canada. Yes, it's winter. You can see I got the 110 outside, I drove it outside. Now, I'm a few days behind on video, so the things I'm talking about I did a few days ago. With this problem of this back pressure, I did a diagnostic video and it was so complicated and it was so long that I scrubbed it, and I thought I'll just do you a quick rundown of what I was doing, because I'm going to do a compression test again later on, alright, because I was waiting for some equipment. Well, I'll show you the equipment. You see, this is my compression tester. Winter. It goes up to £1,000. JP checked it out. It's kind of accurate. It's pretty good. So what were the compressions on this engine? Well, surprisingly enough, there were 325 psi on every cylinder. Every single one was 325. Now, the actual proper, how would you say, compression in the Land Rover book is 348. Now that's not too bad. It's 7% down, but on a new rebuilt engine the bores aren't running, the battery was a bit low. I think that's not too bad. However, it was still a lot of back pressure. So what am I going to do next? And this is why I haven't not doing a video on it right now. I need to use one of these. This is a leak down tester. Now, if I need one, why don't I use it? Well, this one's buggered. I buggered it up for the simple reason I put too much air through it. So thanks to Patreons, I've got a better one coming. That's coming tomorrow, Thursday. All right. Now, what did I do wrong with this one? I put too much air through it when I was doing another job, and as you can see by the needle here, it bent the needle and it's not accurate anymore, and it was actually cheaper to do that than mess about with it. So yesterday I went down to see JP, because this is the piece that goes into your engine. Let me take this piece off. What we came up with, this idea was this: these are meant for petrol engines, so that the fitting on the end is wrong. So what we did was we took this fitting here off the compression fitting, and JP tapped this down on his lathe to fit this fitting here, which then fits onto my adapter that goes into my glow plug, which again JP made. I don't know what we'd do without him. But we observed something very interesting. On this unit here, there's a Schreider valve in the end, and that was the problem. It'll allow pressure to go up this way, all right. Does it? Yeah, it goes this way, but not this way. It was shutting it off. This hose that was supplied with the kit is for a compression tester, not a leak down tester. No, I'm banging my head against a bloody brick wall here. I'm just going to insert a little piece into this video, so sorry if it comes out a little bit odd. But I want to give you a demonstration of this Schreider valve in here and the problems it causes. Now watch this. Shop air, £130. How on earth are you supposed to do a leak down test with air coming out like that? Because watch. I can almost put my finger across it and stop it. So I'm going to take the Schreider valve out and see what difference it makes. Listen. Pathetic, isn't it? Are you ready? That's more like it. How can you do a test when there's negligible air coming through it? How are you going to put a lot of air through that tiny valve? We're not blowing tyres up, we're trying to get some constant air going through that cylinder. So, right, that's that sorted, back to the video. So, And these only go to 100 psi, so it's like shop air pressure. It's not too bad. That's why it's sealed with O-rings rather than heavy copper washers like in this adapter here. So I've got the gear. I need a better leak down detector, and what a leak down detector does, it puts compressed air into the cylinder, so you put it up top dead centre. I'll explain more about this later when I actually get the tool, because otherwise it's all theoretical. But by putting pressure into the cylinder, we can calculate how much loss there is per cylinder and eliminate several things. We can eliminate head gasket. It ain't that, I know that for sure. We can eliminate bad valves. It's not that, and I know that for sure. But it can also put pressure, so we can use our stethoscope and listen to the crankcases, and we can hear air passing past piston rings or whatever, and that will sort of pinpoint us better to what the problem is. Now, a few people have said, oh, the valves may not be set correctly. No, because the air is getting into the crankcases, not into the manifold. So, well, it is, but it's not valves. I know that for sure. I know that for sure. And it's not head gasket, because it started blowing straight away. No, you know, like after 20 minutes it was going, and it's got a multi-layer shim gasket on it. I have never had one of those break. Now, some people commented that there was bubbles in the clear plastic expansion tank, but that was actually coolant returning through the bleed hose into the expansion tank. It was like a great big fountain. So that's what I'm up to at the moment. So I'm pausing. I'm going to have a day's break today because we were flat out yesterday moving things around. As you can see, I got the car out thinking that, well, it can be seats over there. You can see seats over there somewhere. I don't know. There it is. The 90 that was supposed to go to Florida yesterday, that didn't happen. Why? Because even though the guy's jabbed to the eyeballs, he's got his COVID passport, to get into Canada on an aeroplane, you have to have a 72-hour valid COVID test. Now, apparently, down in Florida, he wasn't getting his results until 24 hours after he'd taken them. So therefore, the test had actually expired by the time he got the results in, because the plane took off in the morning and the mail came after the plane was supposed to have left, apparently. So he spent a fortune on that. He had 3 COVID tests at $200 a piece, and he sort of decided, well, let's give it up until April. So so Deborah and I were cleaning up the yard and messing about and getting ready for winter yesterday. It seems quite simple, but doesn't it? You know, but the car had been stood there for ages, ready to go. The battery was flat, charging batteries, cleaning up a space to put it because I didn't think it was going to be here. Oh man, what a mess! What an absolute bloody mess. So we're going to put this off until sort of springtime. Any hopes that the situation will get better? I think we all said that, not last spring, but the spring before. I don't know, but I'm still a bit puzzled by this, but not this car. Going back to it, I'm still a bit puzzled by it. So today I'm going to have a day sort of off. I've got to do some messages and things like this. I've got to go down and find somebody who can fix my circuit board on my Lynx diagnostics machine. Lek couldn't do it. He said it was a multi-layer board. He said, I don't risk it. So okay, at least he's honest and said he couldn't do it. What else? We've got the seats in for the Range Rover. That might be an interesting video, because I've employed Deborah to do the dyeing of the seats, because I don't want to do it. That's a boring job. So that might be a little side video for us. But this is a mystery. This really is a mystery. So it's been suggested, I'm sorry I keep flip-flapping because I've got all these things in my mind. It's been suggested just to run it in. Even JP said, I'll just run it in. But while we were moving things around the yard yesterday, I thought, oh, bugger it, I'll just fire it up. Well, there was bloody oil everywhere. So when I come back, I'm going to fit a catch can, like a Coca-Cola can or something like that, to stop the oil. There's bloody oil pouring out of the damn thing. And see if we can bed it in, and then we can compare the compression to the first results that I got, see if it's gone up a little bit. It's clutching at straws, it really is clutching at straws. But there's something really odd. Like, going back to, did I break a piston ring? If I'd have broke a piston ring, as it's been commented, there's 3 piston rings per cylinder, you know, per piston. Well, the chances of breaking them all would be massive. But that would really affect compression on one cylinder. The chances of me breaking all 3 rings on all 4 pistons it's possible, I suppose. If you didn't use a compression tool to compress the rings, you could just hammer them in. I don't know. There's something really weird. So before I start taking this engine apart and finding out what's wrong with it, let's do some scientific tests. We'll blind them with science and see what we can find out. Because even JP couldn't make it out. He said, what? Because even he said, well, 7%, you know, low on compression isn't the end of the world, and even Land Rover give 10%. But to be level across the board, I fully expected one piston to be down. I fully expected one cylinder to have low compression, and it wasn't. So I don't know. Now, I didn't set this up. I don't do drama or anything like that, but it is a problem, and it could happen to you. So stick around. Let's see what happens. And right, and I'm going in for a warm now because it's bloody freezing. See ya.